Claressa Shields has allegedly gone at no less than 3 content creators. Nah. Listen, I know you're lying. I know you're lying. Hey y'all, welcome to Anonymous Tea, where the tea gets spilled anonymously. Hello, everybody. What's up, YouTubers? I hope each and every one of you is having an amazing day today. Sending nothing but good vibes, fresh positivity, blessings, and high energy to all of you. Thank you so much for tapping in. Now, everything I'm saying is alleged and strictly my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is listed down in the description box. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Today, we're talking Claressa Shields and what's allegedly going on with these content creators. We need to break this down. Plus, there are a few other things I want to touch on, because Gaia 305 is back outside again. Cancer 305. Like I always say in every video, once you label someone a cancer, once you say they're out here dividing the community and putting all that on their name, they are not going to leave you alone. Just like Tasha K is not letting Claressa Shields breathe, posting old clips, new clips, any clip she can find, all because you called her a cancer and accused her of causing division alongside H305. So nah, they're not backing off. But what really needs to stop, and what I wish would stop, is content creators being attacked just for talking about Claressa Shields, because apparently you're only allowed to discuss Claressa Shields if everything you say is positive and nothing else. Only positive things to say, unless it's strictly to promote the fight or hype up whatever project is attached. But the second you mention this alleged entanglement with Papoose, suddenly that's a problem. You feel me? If you question anything allegedly off about that $8 million deal, that's a no-no. If you clown Papoos's weak freestyle at the Detroit Auto Show press conference, that's crossing the line. If you point out Papoose being front and center in every video, every moment, yeah, that's not allowed either. Anytime it's lights, camera, action for Claressa Shields, everything around it is apparently untouchable. And this, that, X, Y, and Z. But here's my thing, right? Simply having an opinion, simply evaluating a situation for what it is, calling an entanglement exactly what it looks like. That is not attacking someone. That is not bullying. That is not harassment. That does not happen on this channel. We share opinions. We react. We cover what's trending. We talk about the stories everyone else is already talking about. So what's really wild to me is what's happening right now. And what's even more interesting is that the person accusing others of attacks is someone who has attacked people herself. She's gone after people's looks, she's gone after appearances, she's tried to tear down Layla Ali's legacy, she's gone at Remy Ma and others too. It's always the ones with the audacity. And let's not forget, she's been issuing warnings, she's been making threats. She told people on live to start reporting folks, you know what I'm saying? She even threatened that if you reposted her Snapchat content without credit, she'd come after your platform. Like, that's just strange behavior. Straight up weirdo energy. Very weird. But we also need to talk about one specific comment under my Claressa Shields video from yesterday. And I want to properly shout them out, because they're the one who really put me on to this. Sweet Baby Ray, this one's for you. You left a comment on my page that said, listen to this. I prefer this response, that allegedly Cooking with Frank's YouTube page got taken down. Nah. What? What do you mean Cooking with Frank's YouTube page is gone? Oh no. Why? For what? I literally searched it up before I hit record, y'all, and I couldn't find his page anywhere. What happened? Why was it removed? And listen, I already warned you about this. That's why I said this makes at least the 3rd content creator I personally know about. I already told you what happened with Elle Archer's page. She's over on Instagram now, but she had receipts. She showed a full log of videos that were flagged and taken down, and a lot of them were Claressa Shields related. But here's the crazy part. Some of the videos had nothing to do with Claressa at all. Then just the other day, we talked about what happened to Gaia 305. Her entire video was removed simply because the title said something like, "My response to Papoos's side chick." And now Cooking with Frank, too. Nah. For what reason? All because somebody shared an opinion. That is straight up weirdo behavior. Period. Now, on top of that, Gaia 305 went live, and she is dragging. Because like I've said before, you can't label someone a cancer, say they cause division, and expect them to stay quiet. You can't expect people not to respond. You can't expect them not to defend themselves. That's not how this works. And basically, she's saying what a lot of us have already said, that this entire entanglement between Claressa Shields and Papoose looks suspicious. How are you trying to sell this as a love story when the man is still legally married to Remy Ma? If he's still married, that's not a love story. That's the whole reason for the video I did yesterday. You can't be calling someone your soulmate, your twin flame, the love of your life, when there's no divorce decree, no finalized paperwork. Make it sense. And how is it a love story when you're asking him for a kiss in public and he's looking at you sideways? Geisha 305 said it perfectly. How are people hyping this up like it's something to celebrate? You're parading around with a married man for clout, fame, and attention. And notice this, nobody is talking about her upcoming fight. Nobody is talking about her boxing career. Nobody is talking about achievements. It's all about the mess with Papoose. And then she asked the real question, how is this aspirational? How is this something people should want? You're pushing cameras in Papoose's face, and he looks completely uninterested. He's glued to his phone, probably texting someone else, maybe Remy, maybe a side situation. Who knows, but it's given disconnected. And Geisha 305 hit the nail on the head, echoing exactly what Remy Ma already said. Everything she shared during that live, we're now watching it play out in real time. She didn't even expose everything. She exposed just enough, and now the pieces are lining up. Geisha 305 summed it up perfectly when she said, listen closely, unless it's lights, camera, action, unless it's only when there's an opportunity for Pap to pop. You know what I mean? Fame, money, interviews, visibility, moments where he can promote himself, push win records, or leverage whatever opportunity is on the table. That's when all of a sudden he's talking about loving Claressa Shields to death. That's when we start hearing the talk about whip appeal and all that extra stuff. But outside of those moments, you don't see it. He only resurfaced when that 50 Cent post hit a little too close to home. It was way too accurate to the dynamic between him and Claressa, and that's why he felt pressed to respond. Then what happened? He vanished again. He told Claressa he was going to handle the 50 Cent situation, and then disappeared completely. And Claressa ended up jumping into the ring herself. That's when 50 was like, nah, I'm not going back and forth with a black woman after what happened in the past, so I'm going to chill. But make no mistake, if Pap wanted smoke, 50 had time all day. Now let's talk about this other moment. Pap popped back online when Rihanna tweeted about Claressa Shields going crash out mode over A$AP Rocky. And Pap really had the nerve to post a picture of himself and Claressa next to Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. And listen, those two situations are not the same, not even close. You're talking about a billionaire and a multimillionaire with a family. Grown folks, major business moves, major deals. That comparison does not work, and people are not buying this entanglement. They're not feeling it. They're not cheering it on. Claressa kept tagging Rihanna trying to get acknowledgement, and Rihanna never responded. Why? Because Rihanna follows Remy, and that tells you everything. Rihanna sees what's happening. But here's the key difference. Last time I checked, A$AP Rocky wasn't legally married to another woman. Last time I checked, he wasn't tangled up in multiple situations. And last time I checked, it was A$AP's own mother telling him to stop playing and get serious about Rihanna before they were even together. She saw the vision early. She saw the future, way before billionaire status. That is not the same situation Claressa Shields and Papoose are in, and trying to silence people for pointing that out is wild. Nobody is disrespecting Claressa Shields. Nobody is calling her out of her name. Nobody is bullying her looks, especially not over here. It's strictly commentary on this Papoose situation. And every time that gets questioned, the only response is always the same. Papoose this, Papoose that. That's my soulmate. I loved his freestyle. Da 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 da. And it's strange because when he was with Remy Ma, he was seen, not heard. He stayed comfortable in the background as long as the manager check cleared. But now with Claressa, this feels like a full rebrand. And it comes off performative. It comes off forced. It comes off phony. And even then, he never really stays present. When he's around, he's upstairs in the basement, avoiding the mix. And when he's gone, we all know because Claressa crashes out and reposts old red carpet photos like clockwork. Let's be real. This is about pap. This is about pushing win records. This is about interview runs, interviews, visibility. This is about positioning himself as a boxing insider, a consultant, a deal maker. That's why people are talking, because this isn't normal behavior. Show me an A-list celebrity moving like this in 2026. Show me one. Who is publicly parading around with a clearly married man, trying to sell it as couple goals, trying to make it aspirational, trying to make it something young women should look up to? It's not landing, and it's especially concerning when you think about young girls who want to be boxers, who look up to Claressa Shields for inspiration, but instead are watching chaos in